Hey folks, I'm Tim Ball with Keller Williams Realty in town Atlanta. And you know, normally I love to do videos about Atlanta neighborhoods that are walkable, bikeable, family friendly, where you can park that car and enjoy life. But today we've got a special edition coming to you about the buying process. So if you've decided to buy a house and want to know what am I going to get into, stay tuned. So guys, a video on the buying process could take an hour or two, but I'm going to try to sum this up, hit the highlights in 5 minutes. If you really want all the details, go down to the description. We put a link to a document I've created that will take you through all the steps of the buying process. Step number 1, find a realtor that you're comfortable with, because I count 18 steps in the buying process, and an experienced realtor should know those steps and help you through the process. Step number 2, before you get excited and start looking at properties, your realtor should suggest that you go to a mortgage broker and get pre-approved for a mortgage. You don't want to get all excited about a house and then find out, you know, this really doesn't meet my financial situation. So get that mortgage approval. Step number 3, start looking for homes. If you've got the right realtor, they ought to have asked you a bunch of questions about what you're looking for in a home. And instead of looking at 20 or 30 homes, they should whittle that down to 3, 4, 5, 6 homes. So it shouldn't take forever in that looking process. You should just be looking at the places that meet your criteria. Step number 4, making an offer on a home. Well, it's not all that easy, and there are a bunch of steps involved in step number 4. But again, that experienced realtor should help you through those steps. Before or just after that offer's made, you should be able to see the seller's property disclosure or the community association disclosure if it's applicable, if there's a homeowners association or if you're looking at a condo. It's important that you see those before you get into serious negotiations, because once you make the offer, there's probably going to be some counter offers and some negotiations involved. Now listen, this is an emotional time for you, so the realtor becomes more important. They should help you take the emotion out of it and help you make the right offer on that home. Step number 8, a competitive or comparative marketing analysis. Before you go any further, you should know what houses in the neighborhood have sold for, because we don't want to get to the appraisal process on down the road with a mortgage company and find out that the appraisal doesn't fit with our offering price. So that competitive marketing analysis is not exact, it's not an appraisal, but it should give you a really good feel for what your home is worth. Now comes the money part. You got to come up with some earnest money. Typically that's 1 to 2% of the purchase price. So if you're looking at a $300,000 house, you're talking about $3,000 to $6,000 in earnest money. Now, right now this is a seller's market. So the more earnest money you put up makes your offer stronger. You might want to take that into consideration with your realtor when you put earnest money up. Step number 10, home inspection. Now come the gory details. Home inspector is going to come out, do a walkthrough, and make a list of things that he thinks maybe need to be done with that home. Once you've got that home inspection report, then you start some negotiations with the homeowner. Who's going to fix what? Are they going to fix it? Are you accepting what the homeowner wants you to fix? But a good agent's going to help you through that process. Step number 11, repairs. Once you've found out what the issues are with the home inspection, probably going to be some repairs that need to be made. Now, the question in my mind always is, do you want the homeowner to do it or do you want to do it? Repairs that have aesthetic value, I'd rather do myself because I want to make sure it's done up to my standards. So there may be an allowance made in the offer price to take care of those aesthetic things that you want to take care of yourself. Now, we're going to skip on the list down to number 14, which is the appraisal. Now, the appraisal is really for the lender, but unfortunately, you're going to have to pay for it. If you've done the right work on the front end with your competitive market analysis, the appraisal should be duck soup. But there's always can be an issue there with the lender. Step number 15, a commitment from your lender. After the appraisal's done, you should have the final commitment from your lender. Now, somewhere along in this process, your agent should have made you aware of what you're going to have to come up with in closing costs. Not only the cost of the fees that are involved with the loan, closing costs. You should get a statement from your lender about what your closing costs are. And somewhere along the line, you and your realtor should have discussed what's involved. You're going to have to come up with some escrow money for insurance and taxes for future payment, because typically your lender is going to want to keep those in an escrow account for you. Step number 17 on my list is a final walkthrough. I recommend that final walkthrough happen the morning of closing, or maybe late the day before. You want to do a final inspection to make sure repairs are done and things are copacetic. So when you go to closing, you've got a comfort level. And step number 18 on that list I'm going to give you is happy day. You got the keys. You're going to walk into that house. It's yours. Congratulations. Welcome to home ownership. So again, there's a lot of steps I've left out in this process that you can pick up by going to our written document down in the description section of this video. Hey, if this video's helped you, do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe to this video. Next Wednesday, we'll release a video on another great Atlanta neighborhood. You can also share this video with 400 or 500 of your best friends on Facebook. Thanks for watching. See you next Wednesday.